I was a fool. Yet the emperor chose me as consort. On our wedding night, he had just sat down. When I pounced, I kissed his whole face wet. Is this how newlyweds kiss, brother? The emperor smiled like a fox. He took my hand. Almost. Let me teach you. I was different from birth. Nicely put. Not that bright. Bluntly put, a total fool. But no one dared say it. My father was the prime minister. Even when I still slurred at 4, drooled, and sucked my fingers. If anyone laughed at me, they disappeared forever. Father loved me that much. Because I saved his life. It happened before I was born. A great general rebelled. He stormed the palace. He meant to kill the late emperor. Father took a poison dart for him. He fell into a coma. The emperor searched everywhere for healers. None could save him. Then a hidden immortal came to our home. He said he needed a child's soul fragment. Only then could father recover. At the time, besides my big brother, there was only me. Full term in mother's belly. My brother was the heir. The clan's hope rested on him. So the soul fragment had to be mine. 3 days after father woke, I was born. According to my brother, newborn me looked just like any other baby. Mother was famously beautiful. So I wasn't ugly either. If anything was different, it was that I always smiled wide. Drooling everywhere. Everyone said I was smiley. Fair and pretty. A born beauty. But at 2.5, I still couldn't talk. Everyone thought I was mute. But no one dared say it. Only father stroked my head and said, "My little Ning is blessed. Noble girl speak." Late. The day I finally spoke was the late emperor's birthday feast. Father brought mother, my brother, and me to the banquet. The emperor saw me in father's arms. In a blink, she'd become a little lady. Father led me forward to bow. I let go of his hand. I toddled a few steps forward. Then I said my first words. Long, long, long live. Ha! Reward her. The emperor was overjoyed. With one wave, he gave me tons of gold. He even made me a princess. Father heard me speak and cried tears of joy. From that day on, I slowly learned to talk. But I still wasn't like other kids. I spoke slowly, and my words were unclear. I tripped all the time. That proved I was a fool. But I was born lucky. Maybe fools really are blessed. I remember that terrible drought. It hadn't rained all year. The crops all failed. The emperor worried himself sick. Memorials piled up before him. That day, for some reason, I insisted on going with father, or I cried nonstop. Father had no choice. He took me to greet the emperor. Silly me leaned by his sickbed. I touched his forehead. So hot. Rain, rain, please come. Mother said rain makes you catch cold. If Uncle Emperor gets rained on, his forehead won't be hot. Right after I said it, wind rose outside. I laughed and pointed at the window. Look, look. A week of heavy rain ended the drought. The emperor recovered too. And I got another title. Blessed Wisdom Princess. It meant blessed and wise. I didn't understand it. I only knew my name was Fulaning. Because I ended that drought. The emperor called me his lucky star. He allowed father to bring me to the palace. So I attended every palace banquet. I first met Si Jingcheng in the royal garden. I had wandered in. I saw someone standing in a corner. I thought he was my brother. So I ran over, stumbling. Then I fell flat before him. Jingcheng helped me up. I looked at the older boy before me. His brows were sharp, his eyes even sharper. But when he saw silly me, he suddenly smiled. What happened next? I don't remember. I only remember that day in the garden. I saw someone prettier than a god. The next time I saw him was 2 years later at the emperor's birthday feast. Lanning, come here. Ha ha ha. Help me see. Who else here is long-lived? I didn't get it. I looked at the emperor confused. Maybe my eyes were too dumb and pure. He didn't see my confusion. He patted my hand gently. Go find him. I bit my lip, lost. I looked around. Everyone was a stranger. Only Si Jingcheng looked familiar. I happily ran to him. I poked his cheek. Then the emperor laughed with relief. Good, good. Lanning knows my heart. I didn't know what happened. But since everyone was laughing, I got happy too. I laughed until I drooled. Afraid my pretty brother would see. Whenever I drooled, I sucked it right back in. After that, Si Jingcheng, once ignored, began to stand out. After the late emperor died, he took the throne. Many noble ladies tried to get close to him, but he ignored them all. He kept visiting our manor. Before others, he was the cold new emperor. His face gave nothing away. When beauties swarmed him, he looked right through them. His softness was only for me, but I found him annoying, because he always held me, and made me write his name. Hey too many strokes. Too hard to write. I put down the brush, and pouted in protest. Fine, then don't write it. Ninger, just stay with me forever. I looked up into his eyes. I grinned and nodded. I ran to tell father. This life, besides staying with father, I'll stay with brother Jing too. But after father heard that, his face darkened. That night, he went to the imperial study. Your Majesty, Lining knows nothing of the world. I beg you. Please stop disturbing her. Since Jingcheng took the throne, he'd kept asking to make me empress. The harem was deadly. If I sat on the empress seat, I'd be eaten alive. Under father and brother's pressure, he made Yang Kink's empress instead. Jingcheng was always calm. But hearing father's request, a flicker of panic crossed his face. Prime Minister, I truly love Ninger. I know. Your Majesty means it now. But how long can that love last? A month? A year? A lifetime? For my happiness. Father ignored court etiquette. I know your Majesty favors Lining, so I dare not hide this from you. Lining is not like others. Prime Minister, what do you mean? The rumors outside are true. My daughter is, in fact, a fool. The secret father had kept all his life finally left his mouth. Would you take a fool into your harem? Hearing father say that, Si Jingcheng froze. He gave no answer. Father laughed bitterly. Since ancient times, which emperor would marry a fool? Wouldn't that be the biggest joke? So his Majesty's love isn't real after all. I will. Jingcheng knew father's fears. More than once, he swore I would never suffer. He was one decree away from proving it. Your Majesty's sincerity, I understand. But Lining's mind is simple. The harem is too tangled. It is no safe place for her. Jingcheng sighed helplessly. For the first time, he hated being emperor. If he were only an idle prince, he could protect his Ninger. But after you are gone, who will care for Ninger? His words struck father's heart. Brother rides across battlefields. He cannot watch me every moment. Father feared that after he grew old and left, no one would care for me. If you allow it, I will care for Ninger for you. I swear to you, in this harem, Ninger will be safe and free of worry. If you still doubt me, I'll issue a decree now. If Ninger suffers even a scratch, I'll hand over this kingdom. Father heard him say this. After a long silence, he finally nodded. Within an hour, the decree naming me imperial noble consort spread through the capital. The whole city lost its mind. Everyone knew the ancestral rules. Consorts rose by merit, most of all by bearing princes. But before entering the palace, I became imperial noble consort. That was insane favor. Time was too tight. Could they even make a full gold bridal set? My sister-in-law was anxious and heartbroken. If there's no time, use the set the Empress Dowager gave me at my wedding. Why must little Ning enter the palace? The harem isn't like home. Here, we protect her. In the harem, who will? My sister-in-law finally stopped packing. The tears she'd held back burst out. They say an elder sister-in-law is like a mother. Since she married into our family, she cared for me dearly. My body was weak. If I had any fever or headache, she watched me all night. Many greedy people eyed our fortune. They came with bad intentions, sending matchmakers to propose. She cursed them right out. She feared I'd be bullied without my family's shelter. Little Ning, as long as I'm alive, no one will bully you. Time flew by. Soon, it was the day I entered the palace. A 10-mile bridal procession. The whole city glowed with joy. Only an imperial wedding got that grandeur. Maids and eunuchs led me into a finely decorated room. The phoenix crown felt too heavy. I reached to take it off, but the matron beside me slapped my hand. Absurd. No manners at all. I had never been hit before. I froze. My maid tried to defend me. And Matron Gi slapped her too. In the harem, only the empress is mistress. Know your place before you climb. I was terrified. Tears fell hard. Then I remembered last night. Father said today was happy, so no crying. So I covered my mouth, hurt. Just then, the emperor's eager voice came from outside. The servants didn't expect him this early. They all froze. Matron Gi reacted first. She glared at me viciously. Then she lowered her voice, threatening me. You don't want to upset His Majesty, do you? Think hard about what to say. Too bad she overestimated me. How could I understand that? I only remembered father's words. If anything happens, tell Jingcheng. Never swallow a grievance. When I saw him come in, I threw the crown to the floor. I held up my red, swollen hand. I want to go home. No one hits me there. Jingcheng saw my red hand. His cold gaze swept the room. Murder rose in his eyes. Who did this? Then he looked at the two matrons in front. He had seen them in the Empress Palace. No one spoke, but he already had the answer. The Empress failed to discipline her people, dock her salary for a year, and every palace servant gets 50 strokes. Jingcheng's voice was calm. I didn't understand it. After Brother Jing coaxed me softly, my anger faded. I had been hungry all day. I started eating the fragrant pastries. Lining must be starving. Someone, tell the Imperial Kitchen to make hot food for Her Highness. Jingcheng was always gentle with me. But that contrast made the kneeling servants shake even harder. Once I started eating happily, the Emperor finally looked at Cherry, whose face bore a slap mark. Tell me what happened. Cherry trembled and told him everything. Her Highness is tired. Take her to rest first. Jingcheng didn't want me to hear bloodshed. But he never considered. I wouldn't understand it anyway. After I left, the Emperor's face turned oddly amused. Matron Li, is it? Which hand hit her? Cut that hand off. Hang it on the Empress gate. Matron Li curled on the floor, kowtowing. But it was useless. The others secretly exhaled. Good thing they hadn't joined in. Issue a decree. Matron Li offended her superior. Execute her 9 clans. Cherry protected her mistress. Reward her 2 years' salary. As for the rest, 30 strokes each. With that, Jingcheng entered the inner hall. I had waited inside for ages. Seeing Brother Jing come in, I hurried over and asked, "Can I go back to the manor?" "Don't worry, Lining. No one here will bully you again." I shook my head. "It's dark, Brother Jing. I should go home," Mother said. "When it's dark, I can't play outside." Jingcheng burst out laughing. "From now on, this is our home. A home just for you and me. Lining, stay here with me, okay?" Jingcheng coaxed me like a child. "It's dark. Let me take you to bed, okay?" "Fine then." I obediently lay on the bed alone. By the time Jingcheng changed out of his robes, I was already sound asleep. Seeing that, the Emperor was both mad and amused. Was his Lining really that carefree? Half asleep, I felt someone pull me into his arms. I felt uncomfortable, so I pushed him away by instinct. "Lining, don't move." Brother Jing's low voice sounded by my ear. "Fine, fine. Since it's Brother Jing, I'll allow one hug." Early the next morning, because he had court, Jingcheng sat up early. The noise woke me. Drowsy, I tried to sit up too. But before I was halfway up, pain all over pulled me back down. Seeing this, Jingcheng quickly laid me back. Then he kissed my forehead. "Lining, I must attend morning court. It's still very early. Sleep a little longer." But I insisted on sitting up. I stretched. Matron Shi said I must greet the Empress. I need to go early. I clumsily picked up his court robe to dress him. "When you visit the Empress, if she makes things hard for you, come back and tell me." Jingcheng watched me struggle with the complicated robe. He said fondly, "Let the servants do it. Lining should go eat breakfast. Don't go hungry because of me." After sending him to court, Cherry dressed me up. "You're greeting the Empress soon. Your skin is white as snow. This fabric will look lovely on you." A young maid brought out A gold-threaded peony robe. Peonies mean nobility. Only the empress may use them. I didn't understand that. I only thought the red robe was beautiful. It must look gorgeous on. As soon as I entered the empress palace, the other consorts saw I was late and dressed so boldly. They all felt displeased. But after last night's incident, they didn't dare trouble me. They could only mock me between the lines. But they gave me too much credit. I couldn't hear the hidden meaning. Following the etiquette I was taught, I greeted the empress, then sat in my assigned seat. His Majesty truly adores Sister Noble Consort. The first to speak was Lady Yun across from me. Doesn't he? Look at how bright and luxurious she is. She must be His Majesty's favorite. How could we ever compare? Enough. If His Majesty likes the noble consort, then I like her too. We all serve His Majesty. We are all sisters. There is no comparison. After the other consorts had talked enough, the Empress finally smoothed things over, but I paid them no mind. I saw fresh tea beside me, and took a sip. The tea had no sweet finish. It tasted bitter going down. Not as good as the Manners tea. After the Empress spoke, she expected me to react, but I only kept drinking tea. Displeasure flashed on her face. Sister Noble Consort truly lacks manners. Her Majesty is speaking to you. Seeing the Empress unhappy, Lady Yun attacked first. Wasn't Her Majesty scolding you for talking too much? Hearing Lady Yun say that, I was confused. Didn't the Empress tell them to stop? How did that become talking to me? The moment I said it, the room went dead silent. Enough, it's getting late. Go rest. The Empress finally broke the deadlock. After I left, Lady Yun moved beside the Empress. She lowered her voice. Your Majesty, this noble consort. Is she playing dumb, or truly dumb, real or fake? Who cares? She just entered the palace. His Majesty is only spoiling her for now. No rush. Thinking of the matron she sent last night, being punished like that. It was a slap to her face as Empress. How could she swallow that? Now His Majesty favored me, so she didn't dare touch me. There was plenty of time. She would remember this debt. Time passed in a blur. I had been in the palace 3 months. Life there was boring. Every day, I greeted the Empress, waited for Brother Jing to return, then repeated it all. Recently, the Northwest War dragged on. Jing Cheng was deeply troubled. I hadn't seen him for 3 days. Cherry. Where is Brother Jing now? I leaned by the window, watching leaves fall outside. Autumn had come. The air was cold. Your Highness, after court this morning, His Majesty went to the study to meet ministers. I got up to find him. Passing the royal garden, I saw Lady Yun and another noble lady, whose name I couldn't remember. Your Highness, Lady Yun and Lady Zen are there. Cherry pointed at the two ahead, and led me toward them. Is your news reliable? General Fu is in trouble? Of course. General Fu was badly wounded. He's been missing for 7 days. His Majesty knows too. That's why he's been hiding from the noble consort. My brother is in trouble? Hearing that, I panicked. I wanted to ask them clearly, but my foot slipped, and I fell down the stone steps. The back of my head hit a flower pot. Then everything went black. I passed out. What happened? How could the noble consort just fall? In a daze, I heard Jing Cheng roaring in fury. Cherry immediately knelt. She kept kowtowing. Your Majesty, this servant deserves death. I failed to protect Her Highness. Please forgive me. Her Highness felt stifled, and wanted to walk in the garden. She happened to see a butterfly. While chasing it, she fell from the steps. Hearing Cherry say that, I felt something was wrong, but I couldn't say what. The back of my head hurt badly. I reached up to rub it. Seeing me awake, Jing Cheng rushed over and helped me up. Lining, how were you so careless? Seeing him, I remembered hearing my brother was in danger. I burst into aggrieved tears. Why are you crying? Are you hurt somewhere? Quick, call the physician. Jing Cheng thought I was badly hurt, so I kept crying for my brother. Lining, do you miss home? I'll take you back tomorrow. Jing Cheng coaxed me patiently, like a child. Physician, examine her well. See if she's hurt anywhere else. Seeing me cry so hard, the physician was terrified too. He hurried to take my pulse. Congratulations, Your Majesty. Congratulations, Your Highness. Congratulations for what? Lining is hurt this badly. What's there to celebrate? Her Highness is 2 months pregnant. I stared at the physician in disbelief. Jingcheng froze first, then laughed with joy. Lining, did you hear? We're having a baby. Jingcheng's grin nearly reached his ears. I still hadn't reacted. From the corner of my eye, I saw Cherry. When she heard the news, a strange look flashed across her face. I looked at the other servants around me. They weren't as excited as Jingcheng, but they were all happy. Why was only Cherry different? For the first time, I hated not being smart. Your Majesty, good news. Your Majesty, good news. Little Xiaozi rushed in to report. He handed over a battle report from the front. General Fu won. The Northwest is pacified. Jingcheng opened the report. He read it at a glance. Good, good, Lining. You really are my lucky star. Jingcheng handed me the report. Then he remembered I couldn't read, so he told me what it said. The Northwest is settled. General Fu is on his way back. I still remembered what I heard in the garden. Wasn't brother missing, dead or alive? I picked up the report. Suddenly, I realized I knew some words. Back at home, brother had taught me to read and write. But I could never remember or learn. Now, looking at the report, it really was brother's handwriting. Brother was safe. Then why did I hear those words in the garden? The more I thought, the more my head hurt. I scratched my head too hard. I accidentally touched the wound. The pain made me grimace. Could it be? Am I finally growing a brain? Lining, brother Jing really loves you so much. After I became pregnant, Jingcheng came to keep me company whenever free, because he stayed with me and ignored the other consorts. Every time I greeted the Empress, I heard their shady remarks. Lining, why so unhappy lately? Are you unwell? Jingcheng saw my bitter face and asked anxiously. I wasn't physically unwell. My heart felt unwell. After I hurt the back of my head, I thought more. But thinking more made me unhappy. Before, when I greeted the Empress, I could leave after 1 cup of tea. I couldn't understand them anyway. Now that I understood some of it, I gained so many troubles, and I began to feel Cherry was off. But with my current brain, I couldn't figure it out. Your Majesty, peonies represent the Empress, right? The palace keeps saying I disrespect the Empress and act arrogant because I'm favored. I know I'm bad with words, so I rarely speak to the Empress. How did that become disrespect? After thinking hard for 3 or 4 days, I finally realized it. Every time I went to greet her, the other consorts, even the Empress, dressed plainly. Only I wore bright red, gold-trimmed robes with phoenixes and peonies. My clothes, my makeup were all prepared by Cherry. She'd been in the palace so long, she couldn't not know the rules. Only after Jingcheng nodded. Did I keep asking, so am I not allowed to wear bright red robes, and they can't have peonies? Jingcheng laughed at my serious face. He gently pinched my cheek. Then he said dotingly, as long as you like it, there is no allowed or not. Hearing his answer, I stopped overthinking. I guessed Jingcheng had told Cherry too. I could wear whatever I liked. But I never expected the harem to be far scarier than I imagined. During my pregnancy, Jingcheng feared any accident, so he spent all spare time with me. But even though I was so careful, I was still plotted against twice. Once was at the mid-autumn banquet. Poison was put in my food. Luckily, my appetite was poor from pregnancy, and the dose was small. My baby and I survived. The second time was in my chamber. I suddenly fainted. The physician said I was poisoned, but they searched the whole palace and found no source. In constant fear, I finally gave birth safely. Hearing that loud newborn cry, my whole body relaxed. Matron, let me see my baby. My voice was weak. I spoke with difficulty, but the midwife acted like she heard nothing. Instead, she first showed the baby to Cherry. It's a boy. The midwife whispered to Cherry. Cherry, I want to see the baby. I had just given birth. I was already weak. Before I could finish, I fainted. When I woke again, it was already the 3rd day. Where's my baby? My first words were asking for my child. Seeing me awake, Jingcheng took the baby from the wet nurse and placed it in my arms. Laning, this is our child. A sweet little princess. How can it be a princess? Hearing him say that, I immediately opened the swaddle to check. It was indeed a girl. Impossible, I clearly heard the midwife say it was a boy. How did he become a princess? I looked down at the baby in my arms, then up at Jingcheng. I was sure I gave birth to a boy. So who switched my child? Where is my baby now? Who wants to hurt me? The Empress? Lady Yun? The midwife? Or someone else? Countless possibilities flooded my mind. Since childhood, I'd never felt so exhausted. Your Majesty, I'm tired, I want to rest. Jingkeng's pained eyes didn't seem fake. I closed my eyes, recalling everything since I entered the palace. I knew who it was. Your Highness, little Ziazi from His Majesty, sent word. His Majesty has state affairs tonight. He won't come. Cherry brought a bowl of blood tonic calming soup. I scooped a spoonful and blew on it. Then I held it to Cherry. I signaled her to drink. Your Highness, what are you? Seeing me act strange, Cherry guiltily lowered her head. Relax, this calming soup isn't poisoned. You're not that stupid. I stared at her. Her reaction was exactly as expected. This daily tonic soup is harmless. But add the scent of the yiyin flower on the table, and the two together become a colorless, odorless poison. They say the former dynasty had a secret art of goo poison. Am I wrong? Hearing me say that, Cherry knew she couldn't hide it. Instead, she stopped panicking. The immortal who saved my father was one of your people too, right? This was a scheme from start to finish. That so-called hidden immortal was actually planting goo in me, because my birth chart is yin. I was perfect for raising goo. So you already know. Cherry pulled a dagger from her robe, vicious. The goo in your body has matured. Once the Goo King is summoned, this world will be ours. Only after speaking did Cherry sense something wrong. A goo victim's mind is sealed. They could never act like this. You broke the goo? Cherry looked into my eyes. At that moment, my gaze was nothing like before. The Empress confessed everything. Should I still call you Cherry? Or Princess Wen of the former dynasty? How did you break it? How could you break it? Cherry couldn't believe it. She refused to believe it, because breaking this goo required the heart blood of her own clan. Exactly what you're thinking. The heart blood of your 99 clansmen. You killed them. You killed them all. Hearing I'd wiped out her surviving kin, Cherry went completely insane. We're still not losing. Your child went with them. Father had been secretly investigating the switch of my baby. He found my child was smuggled out of the palace, then dumped at a mass grave. In the end, we were one step too late. When brother and the emperor arrived, the child had been dead for days. Following the trail, they found the Empress family plotting treason. A minister with no army couldn't rebel so easily. Digging deeper, they found ties to former dynasty remnants. I knew she was trying to use my dead child to break me, so I took out father's handkerchief. Inside was a finger and a blood-stained jade pendant. Do you know how much your brother suffered before he died? Do you? That bloody pendant and finger made Cherry shake uncontrollably. She knew clearly none of her clan was left alive. Your brother still dreamed of being emperor. How pathetic. His hands and feet were cut off, yet he still gripped this pendant. Ah, you. Cherry pointed at my eyes, trembling. In disbelief, she said, "You've been pretending all along." I forced back the tears. Then I said, word by word, "I want your whole clan to die for my child." Ah. Then I smashed the finger and pendant at Cherry's face. Jinkang's hidden guards immediately rushed up and seized her. Cherry was dragged away by the guards. Her vicious curses echoed non-stop. I silently closed my eyes and prayed, hoping my poor child could reincarnate soon. Laning, wake up. Laning, Wake up, another night of nightmares. I opened my eyes and let out a deep breath, forcing myself to calm down. After the Empress clan and the remnants were wiped out, I began having nightmares every night. Lining, another nightmare? Jing Cheng saw my pale face and held me with heartbreak. It's over. It's all over. Brother, I miss father. Okay, we'll go to the manor now. The manor was some distance from the palace. Drowsy, I fell asleep. Lining, Jing Cheng held me tight. He patted me gently, coaxing me to sleep. Next life, I won't be emperor. We'll be an ordinary husband and wife. Together, life after life. I lifted my pinky and wiggled it. Pinky promise. Okay, pinky promise. Never change, ever.